Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel a chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, it can't be replaced. So go now.
Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Felicia, aka Simply Lee. And today is Christmas. So yeah, today I'm actually spending Christmas by myself. These things are jingling hella. Hopefully y'all can hear me. But anyway, I'm spending Christmas by myself. My family's pretty much quarantining and told me not to come over, so
I'm not sad or nothing, but you know, like, it just kind of hurts that like they don't even care that I'm in this house by myself. My best friend, my roommate, left. I can't even go see my grandmother, who's like right across the street.
But yeah, so anyway, yeah, I'm spending Christmas alone and I decided to cook. Cause you know, usually I would just be like, you know what, I'll just order something cool. But you know, I can cook. Even though I don't like to cook, most of the time I can cook. So I just decided to cook some food and call it Wally. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. I started out by cooking the mac. And it's finished right here. I didn't want to be spending time doing that. I prepped everything else pretty much. So all I have to do is make the rice and the shrimp. So on the menu today, we're having Spanish rice, yellow rice, whatever you want to call it, with That's me, sorry. I don't got COVID, y'all. Yeah, so Spanish rice with pepper shrimp and baked macaroni pie. And what else? Avocados. Well, pear, as we like to call it in Barbados. Pear and a salad. Right. So first I'm gonna start doing the rice so it can cook down because that takes the longest out of everything. And then I'm gonna come back to you and talk to you guys. Starting with the rice, which I already washed. I'm going to put some oil in the pot. And I'm using extra virgin olive oil. Normally you would put like a sofrito, as they like to call it, instead of putting the produce whole, but I have it whole here, so okay. So now that that's in there, I'm gonna put the spices. So with this, again, this is not really a tutorial, but I'm just showing y'all step by step what I do. I'ma just tell y'all what I'm putting in, but I really just throw anything in the pot and it works. Like literally, everybody loves this rice when I make it, and I haven't had no complaints. So clearly, I know what I'm doing. Right. Garlic powder, onion powder, salt, black pepper, a little bit of Old Bay, some total Sazon Goya, some adobo, a little bit of paprika. What else? And then this right here is a key ingredient to any yellow rice. If you forget everything else, this is what makes it yellow. So you gotta remember this. It's Sazon Goya con azafrán. See? Yeah, that. Okay. So I'm gonna put some of that in here. Go with the flow. If I feel like it's too much, I'll pour some out. And yeah. So I'm gonna let that come to a boil. Oh shoot. I'm gonna let that come to a boil. And then I'm gonna put the rice in. Okay. So yeah, I have this sitting here. And it's been sitting for like an hour or so. I don't know, however long. It's been sitting for a while. But that means it's gonna suck up all the juices. All the juices. It smells so good. It smells so good. So I know this is gonna be good. But yeah, I just followed this recipe online. I don't remember her name. I know it's Shelly something. I don't remember her channel, I should say. But I know it's Shelly. And I'll tag her, I guess, down below if it comes out right. I made pepper shrimp one time before, but it was so long ago. So yeah, I had to find a new recipe. And yeah, I put all of the ingredients that she put in hers. So if you really want to know what's in here, go watch her video. The only thing is I don't have food coloring, so I'm gonna make my own. And yeah, that's where we're at with this. So I'm gonna get this started. Why are you making noise in my background? Like, this is what happens when you live in a hood. Okay, so 2021. I would say 2021 for me was amazing. A lot of new experiences, a lot of lessons, a lot of reflection, self-reflection, a lot of growth, a lot of change, a lot of work, inner work. And I'm still working, of course. Like, I'm still working on myself, trying to better myself. And yeah, I feel like this year was definitely an eye-opener, and it kind of hit me like I'm an adult now. I'm 26 now.
Damn. I'm sorry.
And I'm grown. Like, I have my own apartment, I have my own car, pay my own bills, I go to school. Like, I'm working on building my business as a hairstylist, and you know, things are different. Like, the way that I moved in the previous years, especially in like 2019, 2020, was very reckless, very childish, very like all over the place, just confused, hurt, like just a mess, honestly. And kind of carry that into 2021 in the sense that I realized how much it's grown, and I realized how much I've grown, and I use it to help me grow even more. And I'm still using it because I know that I can be better, and I always strive to be better. And yeah, so 2021, top of 2021, I'm tired of saying that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try not to say it. But at the top of the year, I was in a healthy relationship, a loving relationship with the most beautiful, sweetest, caring, loving person. And at some point, the dots in my head, the screws, the wires, whatever you want to call it, just said, this is not working. Nothing I was doing was enough. Nothing that I was doing was like helping me progress. I kind of felt stagnant, and realized that I kind of was following the same patterns that I've always followed. And in that, I realized that I'm a serial monogamous. And for those of you who don't know what a serial monogamous is, it's someone that kind of like bounces in and out of relationships, and essentially it seems as though they can't be alone. And the weird, odd thing about it is I'm a person that likes to be alone. Like, a lot of the time I like to be left alone. Even in my relationships, I take moments where it's like I need time to myself, I need my personal space. Like, I need to just be me, a singular person, and not just this person in a relationship. And at some point I realized, like, although that's how I genuinely feel a lot of the time, that's not how I was acting. Like, always in relationships, I take the time to kind of like cater to my partner and make sure that they're good, make sure that they're taken care of. And I kind of forget about myself. And this is not just in romantic relationships, but like familial relationships and platonic relationships as well. I kind of just forget about me. And I always end up just catering to the needs of whoever I'm around, my loved ones, I should say, because random people obviously know, but like the ones that I love and care for, I genuinely try to like focus on them and hone in on what's wrong with them, what's going on with them, what's their issues, and like how I can help them. Like, is there a way I can help them? If there is, like, how much can I like throw myself in there to make sure that they're okay, essentially. And it kind of hit me hard in the middle of the year, even though, like I said, in a very happy, loving relationship, and this person, like, I swear to you, I know this person is my soulmate. I genuinely don't expect them to just wait for me to figure my own stuff out, but like, I just know that this is somebody that's meant to be in my life. So when I realized that I wanted to break up with them, I kind of was trying to look for reasons, and I realized I do this every time I end up in a breakup. Like, I look for the faults in the relationship, in the person that I'm with. Like, what's wrong with them? Like, why this relationship can't work out? And I kind of fester on things that I've harbored for a long time instead of just saying it outright or expressing that, like, I'm uncomfortable with it. And I kind of nitpick. And it's something that I've learned over the years from my parents, my grandparents. And like, it's not a good thing, of course, but it's something that I noticed about myself. And I came in this moment, in this relationship, trying to do the same thing. And I realized, like, there's literally nothing wrong with this person. Like, yes, they're not perfect, they have their fault, but on a grander scale, like, there's literally nothing wrong with this person. And that made me kind of reflect, like, so what's the issue? Like, why do you feel like you need to be out of this relationship? And sitting down, like, crying a lot, praying a lot, talking to God, like, really reflecting, meditating, working out, exercising, trying to really change things up, kind of like put me into perspective. And I realized, like, the issue is me. Like, I'm really the problem.
Is it me? Am I the drama? I don't think I'm the drama. Maybe I am. Am I the villain? I don't think I'm the villain.
And
is it?
I know a lot of people say that. It's like, it's not you, it's me. But truthfully, like, I never felt like it was me before. Even though I've known I've done things that, like, might not be the nicest thing to do or whatever. But I know, like, at the end of the day, I always had a greater picture in mind, if that makes sense. Or, like, the betterment of the relationship. Now I'm sitting here like, nah, it's really just you. Like, you're trying to find reasons to leave a healthy relationship when you really just need to be focusing on yourself. And in that, it's like going from relationship to relationship, a couple months, maybe a year in between. It's not a lot. It's not enough. It seems like a lot, but it's really not. And I know some people might think, like, a year is a really long time, you know, you can move on, whatever. But a year in comparison to being in a relationship with someone for 5 years and then jumping into another relationship a year later, it's like, after dealing with somebody shortly, your ex, for a little bit of time, and then forgetting about that, and then jumping into the relationship. Anyway, it's a lot. I will definitely have a story time on some of those things, because I did a poll and people told me what they wanted to hear. So I'm gonna do a story time on that stuff. But just in a general sense, doing all of that and still coming into a relationship where you're happy and you're loved and you're free, like you don't feel confined, you don't feel tied down. And that was kind of my issue in my past relationships, like feeling like I couldn't just be myself. Like I had to be this person with this person, and I wasn't like a singular individual. Like I wasn't just Talisha, I was Talisha and this person, Talisha and this person. Oh, y'all are so cute, y'all are couple goals, like I love y'all relationship, like this is so cute, whatever, and not getting a chance to just be me. And with this relationship, I kind of approached it differently, and I kept it a little bit more private, for the simple fact that I just wanted to enjoy the person and not feel like it's a show for everybody else. And I'm not gonna cry. With that, is just like I felt like I really needed to work on myself, and I came to a point where it's like I'm finally gonna take the steps to work on myself. I'm finally gonna actually take care of me. And it's selfish in a sense, because it's like you have somebody that loves you and you love them and literally nothing's wrong, so why are you leaving? Like it makes no sense. But it's also like when you know that you need to work on yourself and better yourself, and essentially I know that me bettering myself will better the relationship in the long run if and when we do decide to get back together. I want to be in a better space for them along with being in a better space for myself. Like it's not just for me, it's not just for my benefit and the betterment of me, even though that's top priority. I also just want, and even if it's not this person, God willing it is, but I just want to be able to be a better person in my relationships, romantically, platonically, familial, whatever. I just want to be the best me I can be. Like there's no perfection, like I said, I keep reiterating this, there's no such thing as perfect, but I can be the best version of myself. And when I know that I'm not moving at that wavelength, when I know that I'm not being my best self, when I know that I can do a lot better, like it weighs on me. And that's kind of the person that I am. Like I overthink a lot, and I reflect a lot, I self-criticize a lot, which is also an issue. Okay, so the food is basically done. The stove is a mess, please don't look at it, thanks. But yeah, what was I saying? I just felt like you gotta get your shit together. Like you gotta get your shit together. Like you're 26 now, you're 26. You can't be playing the same games that you was playing when you was 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Like, and the thing is, I've been in relationships since I was 15. Like since I was 15, I've been in relationships, long-term relationships, and I'm like, damn, bro, like for someone that likes being by yourself, you sure aren't ever by yourself. Like shit. So yeah, I know a lot of people will say like, you know, you can work on yourself in a relationship, and I'm sure that's true, but I don't feel like mentally I am there. I don't feel like for me that's gonna be something that I have to get to. It's not something that I can just click and the switches and then like I'm just working on myself and I'm in this relationship and I'm catering to me and I'm catering to them and I'm making sure that everything in my basket is in order and I'm making sure that I'm taking care of them at the same time, because my focus is kind of like tunnel vision. Like I said, when I'm in a relationship, even with family, even with friends, I'm so like focused on them and I want to make sure that they're okay. I want to make sure that they're happy. When they're sad, I'm sad. When they're hurting, I'm hurting. When they're crying, I'm crying. Like when they're upset, I'm upset. And I kind of realized I have to separate myself from these people. Like I can't, like yes, I can empathize and I can feel what they're going through, but I can't place myself in their shoes. I can't be in their position. I can't like, I just can't. And then it's also a matter of like my friendships. Like I also realized like I don't have a lot of close friends. Like I really be to myself a lot, like most of the time. And again, my partners always end up being like my closest friends, my best friends. And then it's like once you break up, you lose your best friend as well. Thankfully that didn't happen this time around, but like even if they did decide they didn't want to be friends with me, like I would respect it, because I'm a person who likes to respect people's boundaries, because I don't know how to respect my own boundaries, and I wish that other people would respect the boundaries that I try to set. So yeah, like naturally I would just be respectful if that was the decision. But again, thank God that it's not. And yeah, with that, like I said, I also realized that like I didn't have friends. My best friend kind of like, with my best friend, I kind of realized that we started drifting apart. And again, not a lot of close friends. Like I have friends that I'm cool with, that I support, that I always try to show love to, that I do love with all my heart genuinely, and I want nothing but the best for them. I'm always rooting for them, but we're not that close. We don't hang out, we don't talk on a regular basis, we don't go out, like that type of stuff. It would just be like me and 3 other people, 4 other people maybe on a regular basis, and it was just like, you're so closed off. And like when you want to be in a different space, you need a tribe. Like, and a lot of people don't talk about this for whatever reason, I don't know, but if you want to elevate in life, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are, no matter what it takes, you need a tribe. You need a support system. You need connections. Like you just need these things in order to like progress in life, because it's like you can't do everything by yourself, and that's my biggest issue. I think that I can do everything by myself, but I know that I cannot, and I kind of act in that manner like an individual, because I've always been independent. I've always been, you know, the good child, the good daughter, the good grandchild. I always was like the responsible one. I took care of my other cousins that I grew up with and made sure that they were okay. If anything was happening with them, I was responsible for it. Like I had to make sure we was going to school, we was getting there on time, we was doing what we were supposed to do and coming back home in the right time. Like I had to make sure that I was being an example essentially. And again, all these things are things that cater to me people pleasing, me worrying about other people and taking care of everybody else versus taking care of myself. And like I said, I came to a breaking point where I realized like you need to take care of yourself. You need to do better for yourself, for your future self, I should say, for the future that you want to have, for like the kids that you may or may not have, God willing. Like you just gotta do better. And I know that I'm genuinely a good person. I know I'm a caring person. I know that I'm a loving person, but I can't be that at a detriment to myself. And when you're constantly worried about, oh, is this person happy? Is this person okay? They're not happy. How do you make them happy? How do you make them feel good? How do you make them feel better? Like, is there something you can do? And if there's nothing you can do, like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you not competent? What's the issue? Why can't you help them? And that messes with your mind. That messes with your well-being. And again, I just didn't want to be there. So what I did, I started looking for therapists. And honestly, truthfully, I haven't fully gone through with actually having a meeting. I've done consultations, I've got some prospects, and like I've had meetings with them or whatever, and it was cool. Like, it's good. I found some people that I genuinely feel like I can connect with, but I didn't fully give all of my energy to that. And that's because well, this sounds like an excuse. It is an excuse, because you should always find time to take care of yourself. But in the moment, so my phone cut out for some odd reason. I don't know why. I don't know where I left off for real. But all in all, 2022 is a year for me to grow, for me to heal, for me to better myself and actually learn myself and not connect myself to anybody else. Not being known as like the connection that I have to somebody else. Not being known as Armantha's daughter, Roosevelt's daughter, Cynthia Marcia's grandchild. Like, I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be an individual, and I'm growing and I'm learning myself, and I'm bettering myself and just healing and being better and actually taking care of me and taking care of the things that I need to take care of to be successful in the business that I plan to be as a hairstylist, as an entrepreneur. Everything that I seek out to do will be at my highest self. Like, I want to give the best that I can give to these things, because I don't want to half-ass anything. I'm not that type of person where it's just like, it's either I give my all or I give nothing. So it's just like, I'm just grateful for all the lessons and all the blessings in 2021, and I'm grateful to carry the people that have been my tribe into 2022, the goals and the lessons that I've learned into 2022, and all the growth that I've done into 2022 to better myself and elevate even more, so that by the time 2022 is over, I'm touching all the goals that I've been set for myself. Like, I don't just want to set goals and then it just bypasses, you know, and you're like, where did the time go? No, I want to set goals and I want to get them done. Like, that's it. So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling now because I've been chatting OD, and I'm gonna plate the food and come back to y'all so y'all can see. So here is the finished product. Yummy. So like I said, I have Spanish rice, yellow rice, pepper shrimps, baked macaroni, pear, and then I forgot to show you guys the salad as well, but here it is. It's just mixed greens, cucumbers and apples. I don't know if I'm the only one that likes fruit in their salads, but I love to put fruit in my salads. So I'm about to go eat and enjoy this food, and thank you guys for watching, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you. Bye.